So it has been exactly 48 hours since we made our liquid culture, and so far, I don't know if you can tell, but we actually do have mycelium in the bottom. You can see that clumpy, cloudy mess in the bottom of these, and they are really growing nicely, okay? I couldn't be happier.
Hello guys, welcome back.
All right, we've been gone for a little bit,
Yes.
and we are now back into it. So we were out of town for just a few days there, and we had a lot of fun when we got back. Water leak that is currently in the process of being fixed. Fortunately, our new house is under warranty for repairs such as that. So yeah, that's the reason why we've been a little behind on making videos lately. However, so today what we're going to wind up doing, since we decided we wanted to start growing oyster mushrooms, what we're going to do is actually make some liquid culture in order to grow mycelium, so that way we can go ahead and grow our oyster mushrooms. We've already purchased some syringes, some oyster mushroom liquid culture syringes. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the liquid culture, and then we're going to inject what we purchased into these jars and allow it to grow until it multiplies enough that we can go ahead and start using it to grow mushrooms down the road. We'll make videos about that. So the solution that we're going to make today, though, we actually are completely carbon copying what is being done by Mossy Creek Mushrooms. Mossy Creek Mushrooms has a website, goes into really good detail and explanations about how to raise mushrooms and about how to get the liquid culture jars created, the lids, these airport lids, what needs to go into it.
Really
so nice. I haven't made a video of it, but these airport lids, we actually copied what Mossy Creek Mushrooms was showing us to do. And in addition to that, when it comes to making these liquid culture jars, we followed their video, and we're going to do exactly what it is that they're doing. I highly recommend checking out that channel. Really good advice. So what we're going to do is each one of these quart mason jars, we're going to take and put in 500 milliliters of water, and then I have a mixture here that is made up of 1 part dry malt extract, and 4 parts of basically corn sugar. It's dextrose, okay? I know that on Mossy Creek Mushrooms, he has a old protein powder can that he uses to mix everything up in. We actually had a big, kind of a Tupperware. It was a big glass bowl with a lid. I don't know if it's actual Tupperware, but maybe Pyrex. And so I just, shook that up and mixed it all up together, and then I just put it into Ziploc bags so I can just break out one as I need it. And then we're going to put 20 grams of this solution into 500 milliliters of water into one of these quart jars. And of course, we have the measuring cup so we can measure out 500 milliliters of water. And then in addition to that, we have Peptone, which he also suggests, which boosts the level of growth that you get from the mycelium in the liquid culture. And, if we're going to copy what it is he's doing, we're going to go ahead and follow this as well. And this is going to go with just 1 gram into one of these jars. So 20 grams of this mixture, which is 4 to 1 dry malt extract and corn sugar dextrose, and then 1 gram of Peptone to 500 milliliters of water. In each one of these, we'll put a stir bar in for the magnetic stir, and then we're going to have to pressure cook them in our brand new All-American 25 quart pressure canner. Yeah, I'm excited to use that. So, all right, so
okay, I have a question.
Oh.
I know it's just not related to this mushroom, but
yes, my love. What can I do for you?
Can I use that to cook meat?
That, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I did not buy that just for mushrooms. No. You can use that. I don't know that I'd necessarily use that one. I mean, you've got the Ninja. I would probably use that one instead.
I have my all-purpose cooking.
Good question. It's always nice to have the audience right in front of me, so
well,
I can answer those questions.
If it's broken, everyone is broken, I can use them.
I see no reason why not. That's not exactly what that's for, but we can definitely use it. So, but at the end of summer, we'll definitely be using it to can up vegetables and everything. So, but regardless, okay. Now that we've diverted, let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay.
Sure.
All right, so we have all of the solution put together. And what'd you think about that Peptone? I gotta tell you.
Stinky.
Ooh. All right,
Yeah,
so
I can still smell it.
having never used that before, I can tell you that it smells. And it's powdery, and it's, when I say powdery, they're both powders, but I mean, it's really in the air. I mean, it goes everywhere. So I would highly advise
To wear
wearing a mask. I don't know if you could see her face in some of the previous video, but she was definitely fighting it back. It was pretty smelly, and it's still a little smelly, right? Okay, so now we have to put the stir sticks, the magnetic stir sticks. As you can see, they're magnets, so they all hold together. I need one of those in each jar.
All right. Just drop it?
Yep, just drop it on in there. And
Ta-da!
now we can put the lids on.
All right. Put that aside.
And you don't have to tighten them down really, really tight, but
Okay.
just get it, you know, screw them on there, but don't worry about like really. I got that one cross-threaded. Come on.
Oh yeah, I got it also.
Okay, there we go. Got it. This is why we never claim to be professionals at anything we do.
Nope.
All we're doing is showing the new things that we're trying. We're not claiming to have years of experience and excellence at any of this. So, okay.
Practice makes it perfect.
All right, so now our All-American crock pot. Crock pot. I'm thinking about the Ninja. Our All-American pressure cooker will hold 7 of these quart jars in there. So let's go ahead and get them loaded up.
Okay.
And then we're going to let's pour some water in there first. Then we'll get it loaded up with the jars.
Okay.
And then we're going to turn on the heat and get these things cooking for 45 minutes at 15 psi. Once it reaches 15 psi. So not from the time we turn the heat on. We actually have to wait till it gets up to 15 psi, and then we have to count down 45 minutes from there. And then at that point, they should be good. All right?
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Let's go.
We'll have to pour about 2 or 3 inches of water in here.
Oh, I can make leche flan in here.
You certainly could. It's like a steamer, right? Okay, we'll go just a little bit over that lid there. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to grab the jars and put them in here.
Okay.
Okay, so we put aluminum foil over the top of the lids because that way when they're pressure cooking, they will not get water going down into the syringe filters, okay?
Yeah, right.
And this should be able to hold 7 of these quart jars. There we go. All right, so now, per the instructions for the All-American canner, we have to take and put a bead of olive oil around the top of the bottom. How does that sound? On this beveled edge. Before we put the lid on, okay? So every time that we use this, we're supposed to take and put a little bit of olive oil on there. So let's get a bead of it going there. All right, round and around we go.
There you go.
Okay, so now that we've got that done, let's get the lid on here and turn on the heat. One other thing that I should mention about this pressure cooker is that When it comes to the weight, there are 3 different sizes on here, or 3 different numbers anyway. It says 5, 10, and 15. Since we need to get this to 15 psi, we want to make sure we put it on 15, which has a smaller hole going over the vent, so it makes more pressure. All right.
So you have to tighten this up.
Yeah, not completely yet, because we want to make sure we get it tightened up evenly.
Try this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now all we have to do is turn on the heat and wait until it comes up to temperature, and then we can go ahead and start timing from 45 minutes from there. There we go.
All right.
Okay, time to set the timer.
45 minutes. So the timer is on, and all we need to do is to wait.
All right. Okay, guys, so our 45 minutes is up. We've turned the heat off. We're going to go ahead and move this over to a cooler burner also, and then just allow this to cool down inside of the pressure cooker for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then once it's cooled down good, we'll go ahead and pull them out, and as long as they're down to room temperature or so, then we'll go ahead and inoculate them with our liquid culture syringes that we have. So obviously it's going to take a little bit for several hours. So we'll see you guys after dark.
Yeah, and
All right.
we have a...
Yeah, somebody's down here playing with your pots and pans, Mom. Billy, what are you doing? Okay.
All right, put it back in here, okay? Okay, let's get out of here.
All right, guys, so our liquid culture jars have now cooled. As you can see, they are an amberish color. The video that we saw from Mossy Creek Mushrooms stated that the sugars would probably caramelize after 45 minutes, and that's perfectly okay. So we're not worried about the amber color in the jars. He basically stated that the mycelium will continue to grow in here the way that it's supposed to. So now we are at the point, since they've cooled down, we are ready to go ahead and inject our liquid culture syringes that we have into these jars. But before we do that, we need to make sure that we are properly sanitized. We don't have a clean room to do this in. We don't have a laminar flow hood or anything at this point in time. So the best that we're going to be able to do today is we have some rubbing alcohol. We're going to take and put rubbing alcohol all over our gloves to clean them really good and sanitize them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a lot of alcohol on the tops of these liquid culture jars, especially over the injection ports where we're going to be stabbing the needles through, because we don't want to get any germs or any other contaminants into our liquid culture mix. We did lay down foil here. We've already kind of wiped it down with a little alcohol. So right now,
just wash your hands.
With
Alcohol.
Of course.
Oh, and gloves. Our gloves.
Here we go. Let's get some on there. I'm going to give you a lot. Just go ahead and wipe that around there really good.
I think this is good.
You're good? Okay. And then once you go ahead and grab one of these, and let's go ahead and wet it down really good, and you can start, and we're using a lot of this alcohol, so there you go. So just go over these rubber red injection ports, and I'm going to get some alcohol in my hands. Get alcohol everywhere. Don't worry about making a mess with it. All right.
It also removes the dirt,
Yeah.
the
And,
dust.
say that a little louder. I don't think I heard you.
I said it removes also the dust on this
Yes.
top of the rubber.
Yes. And we should also probably be wearing masks, but you know, we're making a video here, so I I think we're doing about as good as what we're going to be able to do for this.
Yeah.
Just try not to breathe or spit all over those injection ports now, okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and get one of these ready for you.
Okay.
And this particular one is Black Pearl King, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me show you how to do this. So they gave us the syringe with the liquid culture mycelium in it.
Okay.
And it comes with a sterile needle as well. I'm pretty sure that's an 18 gauge needle.
Yeah.
And
We
a
have to
10
label
milliliter. Yeah, but no worries, we'll do that. So, so if you can take the cap off the top, just twist the white cap there off. Can you get it? Other way.
Nope.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
It's so tight for me.
There we go. Got it. And then this is a lure lock connection. So there it is. So what we can do now
Oh, that's a big needle.
is we will
The cap.
remove the cap. So now we have the needle. Okay, so we're not going to put the entire 10 milliliters in. We'll put somewhere between 5 and 7-ish, okay? Because just in case that doesn't work, I still want to use what's left in here. All right, so go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it right down through the middle of that rubber
And then.
injection port. Don't squeeze until you get it down in there. Yeah, poke that syringe all the way down through. Okay? And now go ahead and squirt down a little over half of it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's good. Okay?
All right.
All right. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this right here so we know which one it is, because we're going to mark these when we're done. Okay?
Can you get the cap?
Oh, you want the cap? I got it. Yeah. Cover up the sharps?
Yes.
All right. You're so smart.
I said from the doctor, the nurses.
Okay, there we go. So that one's done. All right, so the next one.
What is this?
Here we go.
Are these the same? Oh no.
No, these are all going to be different. All right, so I want you to go ahead and try to get that needle out of there.
Alrighty.
And I'll go ahead and remove this cap, because you are right, it's a little bit tough getting that cap off. Okay, so there we go. Nice. Oops, hang on. Okay, so pull it off.
You're holding on it.
Well, yeah.
You're holding on the cap.
Okay, here we go. All right, so this one is blue oyster. Okay, so go ahead.
Wow, I like it.
This is kind of fun, isn't it?
So half also?
Yeah, just same thing. Get down to about maybe 4. Go from 10 down to about 4.
There you go.
And again, that way if it doesn't take, then we have extra that we can go ahead and these needles, we are probably not going to use them again.
Okay.
I have other needles that will fit in here, but anyway, so let's lay that one there. All right, move on to the next one.
I'm getting better at this.
We're both getting better, I think.
I'm learning. Oh, it's the pink.
This is the pink oyster mushroom.
Oh, that's why the needle is the needle holder is pink.
Okay. I'm sure that's it.
Well, the rest.
No, actually, you know what the thing is? The pink oyster mushrooms, we actually purchased this liquid culture from a different manufacturer. Okay.
Okay, that's why it's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Can you get that?
Yes. Oh.
Now you gotta put it on there.
There you
Careful
go.
with that. Okay.
Same thing, right?
Same thing. We're gonna do the same thing with all of them. Just take it down to about 4.
There we go.
All right. You got this down now, don't you?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I
so
think this is sanitizing.
it is. It's sanitizing wipe, but we already wiped them down with alcohol. So there's your needle for this one. Okay, and this
What is
particular
this?
one is going to be, this is Phoenix oyster. Okay.
What's the color?
You know, it's going to be more of a whitish color.
Okay.
Not perfectly white, but yeah, you got it. I just need to get out of your way and let you do this now. You're an expert.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Here.
You got to admit this is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, and this one is going to be an elm oyster.
Film. Okay.
All right, there you go. And again, I just in case these actually do get some contamination or something like that, because we're not in the most sterile environment here, I just want to have a little left over so we can try it again.
We're almost done.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing at you. You're doing good with this.
There you go.
Here you go. Okay, this one is not an oyster mushroom. This one's a chestnut mushroom.
It's pink.
It's more of a brownish color.
Okay.
I've never tasted them before. This one I'm just curious to try and see if it's any good.
Yeah. Alrighty. Over here.
Got it?
There you go.
So far we haven't stabbed each other, so that's a good thing also.
And we are.
All right. So this is the last one we're doing today, and this is your golden oyster that you like so much, because
wow.
by gosh, the color yellow is just everything. So
Well, it's gold. Gold is precious.
gold is precious. Nobody's going to deny that. Okay.
All right, the last.
Good job. There you go. All right, so now that we have all 7 of these jars with the mycelium inside of them, what we need to do before we get too carried away is we need to get these labeled. All right, because we are going to absolutely forget which one is which in here.
Yeah,
all right, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and then after that, we're going to stir them up with the magnetic stir, and then just set them on a shelf, and we'll monitor them over the next several days to ensure that no contaminants are in there and that they're growing just fine, so that way we can use these to make some delicious and yummy mushrooms, right?
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
All right, so let me get the marker and let's start marking these up. All right, guys, so we have completed our liquid culture for today. We've gotten everything labeled as well. We've stirred it up with the magnetic stir bars and the magnetic stir. You've already taken your gloves off. I have not. So we're getting ready to do that. All right. So anyway, obviously, we've said it earlier in this video, we're not experts. This is our first attempt at this, okay? And we are literally just copying exactly the instructions that were provided by Mossy Creek Mushrooms. And I strongly suggest checking out their channel. They've got a lot of really good advice there on what it takes to get started raising mushrooms. And hopefully this will work for us. If it fails, that isn't an indication of whether or not it wouldn't work. It just could be an indication of the fact that maybe we just did something wrong. Maybe we got some contamination. We don't know. We're just trying this for the first time. So what we're going to do is just set these on the shelves. We're going to stir them every day. And then we will get back with you guys a week from now and provide an update on what the status of this actually is, whether or not we're seeing mycelium growth or whether we think we've run into some issues. Yeah, so that's it for now, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, hey.
Because it's getting late. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So hope you enjoy our video. So please don't forget to subscribe and like our video and put your comment what you think of what we're doing here. So
good or bad, because we are not the experts. So.
Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye. All right, guys. How we doing, Steph? So it has been exactly 48 hours since we made our liquid culture. And so far, I don't know if you can tell, but we actually do have mycelium in the bottom. You can see that clumpy, cloudy mess in the bottom of these. And they are really growing nicely, okay? I couldn't be happier. So
it looks like a cloud.
Yeah, it does. It just looks like a cloudy mess. So this one here, it's just a big lump of mycelium on the bottom, and it's good. So now what we have to do is get these stirred up again. But anyway, I guess what I wanted to point out is it's been only 2 days, but so far it looks like this liquid culture recipe is actually going to work well. I mean, we're 2 days and we've already had growth of mycelium in here, so that's awesome.
It is.
I know, and so here in just a couple weeks, guess what we get to do?
Well, we're going to start our mushroom.
We get to start growing mushrooms. So, all right, so keep watching, and we will definitely show you guys what we come out with within the next couple of weeks. All right? All right, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.